Hello, everyone. I'm CP by Lois, and I'd like to welcome you to a reboot of our podcast, Gift of Gab. I'm here with my co-host
Hi, Jamie White.
and wife, obviously. We're going to start covering various topics on here, such as different shows, even maybe some music videos, different responses like that. Because the reaction videos are just fun, and
Yeah.
we tend to have a lot to say. We send some good we have some good back and forth during the various shows.
Yeah.
So we come on, just talk about a little bit. We'd like to just start off today, just talking about today's days of our lives from December 8th. It was a fun episode. It wasn't anything
Yeah.
outlandish. It wasn't over the top. It was more. I
Yeah.
like to refer to them as character building episodes. We just get to see some emotions out there. Get to just a little day to day life as we just kind of grow into the story to make. Well, it's almost like a filler episode. Throws
Mm-hmm.
out some tidbits for us to kind of grow into it. And this one, it was pretty entertaining with Xander Cook is digging
Oh, yeah.
himself into a hole again. He's going to take Gwen down with him, all best of intentions, but
Oh, totally.
yeah,
Totally. Jeff is
that's
not going to be okay with what she's doing.
oh, yeah, she's not, and he's not. It's like, and for anyone that didn't see the episode yet, the long and short of it is, Gwen is trying to help Xander stay out of trouble for his fake company when he worked for Ava Vitale. She came up with a website, and now she's coming up with a contract for him, an employment contract, because Justin, his cousin, wants to sue her, try to get some kind of settlement for him, just because they're cousins now. Xander tried to talk him out of it. Justin didn't want anything to do with it, so he's going to go full bore into it. And Xander's trying to cover himself as best as he can. The only problem with that, outside of what's going to befall them, is Bonnie is having issues right now where she's seeing clowns everywhere.
Yeah.
And Xander made the mistake of saying a line he said with her, and now he's kind of busted. She realizes that he was the one doing that, so we'll see if he can talk his way out of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to have to talk fast.
Yeah, and
And I don't think he's going to make it, especially not that clip in that one preview of her punching him.
oh yeah, no,
It's like, yeah, he's not getting out of
yeah,
this.
granted, she did beat the crap out of Roman Brady with a tray when she thought
Oh
he was a
my god,
clown.
that was awesome. That was
So
so.
if Xander knows about that, he could kind of maybe play it off, or maybe
Yeah.
she says, she's having PTSD, so maybe he can try to play it that way. But I don't think it's going to work out too well because again, she's going to clock him, and as we all know in soaps, eventually lies do come out. It just is what it is. It helps
Yeah,
the
they always
storyline.
get exposed.
Yeah,
In Salem, it's usually before a wedding.
oh yeah, and there's a wedding around the corner. That's gonna be a fun as always when Gabby's gonna learn the truth most likely, take her revenge. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
Outside Xander, we've been enjoying watching Leo Stark's redemption, where he's actually trying to be a good guy now. He's trying to do the right thing, and he's facing some obstacles where he just can't seem to get a job. He doesn't have good luck with it.
And for once, they're actually letting him redeem himself. He's actually got somebody in Salem supporting him instead of like just doing like they usually do when someone's trying to redeem themselves and be, nasty or, snarky or whatever and like not give them a chance. Somebody's actually giving Leo a chance this time.
Oh yeah, yeah, because
So
yeah, usually
I think he could pull it off.
yeah. So far, one of his biggest supports right now is actually one of his business victims, in Sonny Kiriakis.
Yeah.
He's helping him look for jobs. He's actually standing up to him. Chad is doing what Chad does with that one. He doesn't trust Leo. Leo's this, Leo's that.
Yeah.
But that's going to be another bridge across at some point. Leo is walking that fine line. He keeps almost getting tempted to back into it, kind of like Xander, kind of redeem himself, but then he's tempted to get back into that part.
Mm-hmm.
Xander tripped and fell into it. Leo, so far, he seems to be more interested in actually walking that line, actually doing the right thing. And him trying to do the right thing is, in my opinion, is what's going to blow the lid off of Xander and Gwen even more, because he so wants to be a gossip columnist for the newspaper. He's trying.
I would love to read that gossip column.
Oh my god, I'm jealous. I didn't think of those storylines and cover those because the titles he had was just great the way he did it.
Yeah.
I could just inquire, pop in the head right away, and just run with it. Just great speculation, and I have a feeling he's going to try to prove himself, and that's how he's going to prove himself by accidentally blowing the lid off of that. He's going to think he's trying to help Gwen,
Yeah.
and it's just going to go sideways in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Because people try to help somebody in these things. It doesn't go well.
Oh yeah, they usually
It doesn't
follow.
go
They usually
well.
follow the Nicole thing. All the good intentions in the world, but then it blows up in someone's face. And
Oh, let's not mention the name Nicole.
oh yeah, she's a pure treasure right now.
Yeah.
At what she's pulled, it's just like let's just say,
Yeah.
you want to hear. You always hear how you're not going to interfere with somebody's decisions. She did everything but take Jada to the doctor to have the abortion.
Yeah.
She hit all the right buttons. She basically admitted it to everybody at one point or other, and yeah, it just is what it is. She admitted, but then she won't admit it to Eric, or she won't admit it to others. She keeps playing dumb. Oh, I meant to do this. I meant to that. Keeps
Yeah, I
playing.
didn't mean to, for her to get rid of the baby or whatever. It's like, well, what did she think she was doing when she went to this pregnant woman and told her how hard it was to be a single mother and asked her why she would want to be tied to a guy that doesn't love her? And, what would it do to her career and like this and that? It's like, what did she think was going to happen from that conversation? What was she hoping from that conversation? Other than there being no baby and no possible threat to her, going back with Eric.
And she did.
And in the process, she totally destroyed Eric because that was his dream to have his own child. And it was going to happen. Jada said she was going to keep the baby. And then, bam, Nicole visits her. And all of a sudden, there was no baby anymore. And Eric's devastated by this because he was so excited about her wanting to keep the baby and then raise it, So Nicole basically destroyed him.
And she did
betrayed him in a really, really horrible way.
And she did it right after he basically got her promise not to interfere, let him have this so we can work it out. And she agreed, and then she went off right away because she wanted to, quote, warn Jada about all the problems she's going to have. Instead, she scared the bejesus out of her, and, and she did how anyone would do it. It's like you hear all the horror stories, you don't sit there and think, well, how did it work out? How did it work out? No, it's like you just hear the horror stories, you're going to do what you're going to. You're going to do the knee-jerk reaction, most people will. And they'll just sit there and be like, and they'll think on it, they'll just focus on that part. Like we always hear about mental health, anxiety, and like that, and that's something you focus on that bad part. It's, even just in general, it's hard not to focus on the bad part. People tell you these horror stories, you're going to want to believe them.
Yeah.
And that's what happened there. And there's going to be, I mean, Nicole's already paying for it to a point, but I think it's going to be a lot more entertaining in that one.
Well, she's paying for it, but she's also playing the victim with it.
Yeah, she is.
She knows that she betrayed Eric. She knows that she stuck her nose in where she shouldn't have and destroyed Eric's dream. But yeah, when Eric got upset with her and called her out on it, she plays the victim and acts like, I didn't mean to do this, and you're not the same man I fell in love with, and this and that. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen when you heard him like that?
Yeah, he's not forgiving her. That's why he's not the same way. He's not forgiving her.
And I hope he doesn't, because that was like a big, big betrayal for her to just go behind his back to this other woman to talk her out of this, and not even go to him first to talk about what she was like feeling about it and how worried she was about what might happen if he has a baby with this woman that she can't give him. It's like, what was she thinking to do that to him behind his back? She should have gone to Eric and spoke to him, and things could have been cleared up. But she chose the other way, and now it's all getting messed up.
Yeah, and as for a guy's perspective, I mean, it's like you talk to the person, you agree to co-parent, your ex or your future missus or whatever doesn't do that behind the back, and it's like, okay, it's not the guy's decision to make, but by doing it around him to get their own selfish needs in there, that is a betrayal. And it's like, okay, so and so did it because they did it for themselves, they have their reasons for it, okay. But when they're actually pushed and coerced into it by someone that's just trying to get the guy back, that's something that I know a lot of guys just, we don't appreciate that. And again, like women, it's like taking the decisions that are always options away from us, just like us forcing something on women would take options or choices from them. And it's a very good storyline. That's where today's episode was kind of cool in a way, because it was a break from that. It wasn't this high tension. It wasn't dealing with that. It wasn't dealing with Paulina stepping down from being the governor. I mean, it was kind of thrown in there, but for the most part, it was actually a break from it. You can come up and breathe, go into the weekend wondering what's going to happen next week, because there are multiple storylines going on. So, I mean, it was over as a good episode with that. It was more laid back. It wasn't any moments where just person out laughing, or just had to rewind and watch a couple of comments back and forth, because there are a few like that where you just have to watch it several times. Was
so good with that, especially with like Eric and Sloane.
Oh
and some of the comments they made, with Nicole and everything. That was just great. And I'm looking forward to Sister Mary.
Oh yeah.
Next week.
She's
supposed to be going after Nicole. And just watching her, because we're kind of newer viewers. We've only been watching this show for a few years, so I don't know how often Sister Mary was on the show, but like the other day she came because her twin sister Susan was supposedly killed when Ava Vitale ran a car off a cliff. I'm still not convinced Susan's dead. I'll be convinced of it when they find the body, because when they don't find a body on these shows, come on, especially in Salem, people come back to life all the time. So I'm not convinced she's dead. But Sister Mary, Susan's twin, came to, visit EJ and, talk about her mother and, the funeral and like this and that. And oh my God, their interactions were so great. It was so funny watching her like get hard on, EJ.
Oh yeah,
It was so good.
You can just see EJ going through all the levels
Yeah.
of suffering. Like you went from like 1 to 11 in a heartbeat, and it's just a great dichotomy of characters. We have Susan, that's a caring, unconventional, loving mother.
Yeah.
Then you have the aunt that is like, I don't care what you say. I don't care. It sounds like excuses to me. You're not good enough. You're
Yeah.
just this.
She's
You're
the
just
fire
that.
and brimstone.
Yes, she
Susan's
is.
the love and light, the fun, the, this and that. Mary is the fire and brimstone. And I was waiting for her to whip out a ruler and hit EJ on the hand when she was going after him. It was just great. So
I mean,
I'm
it's
looking
awesome.
forward to what she'll do with Nicole next week.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was slightly disappointed because I was hoping it was going to be Sammy was going to be coming back.
Yeah.
And just knowing how Sammy feels about Nicole, finds out what she did to her brother. Hurricane Sammy already set records by going to a Cat 6, and I think this would have taken her a Cat 20.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it would have been
I'm waiting for
absolutely,
that.
it would have been absolutely glorious to watch her just,
Yeah.
coming into town and just destroy everything that was Nicole oriented.
Sammy needs to come back.
She does. This would be a perfect time
She
for it.
needs
So
to,
if
yeah.
anyone, if there's plans in it, please make it happen. This would be awesome from fans, please. If not, okay, great. We get to see what Susan's sister does. I mean, that's going to be even more. That's going to be fun too. I mean, we're going to
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
seeing that. It's new ground for us. Like I said, we're relatively new fans. We've been watching it a couple of years, and it's going to be fun seeing how that unfolds, what she does, what kind of headache she's going to cause for EJ, because EJ does a great facials.
Oh,
I just
yes.
love it. You just see he's like, you can almost see like the veins bursting in his brain and the stroke happening.
Yeah.
He's standing there. He's almost waiting for the steam to come out of his ears. It's just he's great
Oh,
with them.
yeah.
I mean, so many of them on there that do this great facials. Like, Victoria Grace that plays Wendy Shin. She does awesome facials. I mean, just
Oh,
love
she
those
does.
reactions. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like they all hit the mark perfect in a lot of those
I love her
facials.
too. She's so feisty.
Oh, she
Wendy.
is.
I love her.
I mean, she's like an open book. You can see what she's thinking in her face, and it's just so
Yeah.
awesome. It's so many of them do a great job with that. That's one thing we've always talked about with it is like, we don't really look at the actors and blame them for it because it's the actors and the writers that make us care or hate the characters.
Yeah.
There are a few characters that were like, they can kill that character, but
Well-
maybe have the actors come back and make her long lost
Yeah.
twin or her cousin, which soaps have done since time immemorial.
They have. Yeah.
So it's like, and so Nicole's kind of making that list now. We're okay. Can they kind of kill
Yes,
Nicole
she is.
off and just bring
Yeah.
Arian Zucker back as another character? Because it's like
Yeah.
we love the actors, we love the action, we love the writing, but yeah, they're doing something right when we love or hate the characters this much.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know if you have anything more to want to talk about the episode or the week at all. Or,
No, nothing I could think of.
all right, well, we're gonna wrap this one up for this week. There was supposed to be one episode covering the week. We're gonna try to be back pretty frequently. Maybe after each episode, we'll see how it works out. It's fun. We just want to share our thoughts and opinions, you guys. You want? Let us know what you think in the comments before. Throw us a like on this video, subscribe, share away. Any help is appreciated. All right. Have a good one, guys. See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye, guys.